Good evening and thanks for joining us. I'm Olivia Lemmon. Rain throughout the area today, but things should clear up as the evening goes on. Let's get a first look at our local forecast for more. Hey there, good evening. I'm meteorologist Pamela Gardner. We had some showers earlier today on this Tuesday and milder temperatures thanks to a south wind. But the showers continue to move out and away from us, and overnight tonight a clear sky takes over. Temperatures fall into the 40s after midnight, and then we'll see lows in the 30s thanks to a chance for that west-northwest wind ushering in the colder air and also the clear sky too. Areas of frost will develop across the car windshields and also on the grassy spots. Worcester down to 36, Fitchburg 38 degrees, while we'll see some 40s across southern and eastern Mass. West wind for tomorrow keeps our temperatures down despite the sunshine. 47 in Worcester, 50 degrees in Fitchburg. So a very cool forecast for us. And this is going to set us up for another blast of cold air by the end of the week. But first, we have a chance for some snow. A dusting to 1 inch of accumulation across northern Worcester County and into the Worcester Hills through Friday morning. And this after we see some chilly rain Thursday night. I'll show you all the timing coming up in your 10-day. It's election day and voters are heading to the polls, but some of the campaigns say voters are coming in slowly but surely. Our Chandler Walsh is in Worcester now with more. Chandler.
Olivia, as you can see, not many people at polling locations like this one here in Ward 1 for these last few hours of voting. Both candidates and their supporters, as well as people who voted today, say it's an important day to show up for the city. Worcester residents cast their ballots in this year's municipal election.
Every citizen should feel their vote is important, and in that way they have a say in what goes on in the city.
I could not see not voting. It would give me a sick feeling.
Supporters standing out for candidates say traffic into the polls is light and coming in waves. They're hoping it picks up for a good turnout. It's a long day for many looking for last-minute votes, but an exciting one.
We've been all out doing standouts for weeks and months, handing out literature. We're good to go, and so this is it. This is game day. This is what you put in all the work for.
School committee candidate Gemma Kamara says the day is a sweet celebration of all her hard work. She plans to be outside all day, encouraging people to vote.
All candidates have done a very good job as far as, at advertising and getting people out to vote. So we just all hope that, folks come out and, and do their, their civic duty.
Tonight, Worcester will elect a mayor, district councilors, 6 at-large councilors, and 6 school committee members for the 2020 to 2021 term. People voting say participating in today is critical.
Worcester's expanding. Worcester's building. People are moving into Worcester. Worcester's good, but you need the right people to run it. And let's do it tonight.
Voter turnout was less than 9% in September's preliminaries. The city is looking for 20% participation with this election. Mixed reviews today on if people think that goal will be met. In Worcester, Chandler Walsh, Worcester News Tonight.
Almost a dozen candidates tried to reach last-minute voters by campaigning in a different way this afternoon. The candidates were part of a caravan. Both incumbents and newcomers were in the lineup. City Councilor Sarai Rivera says it's a popular practice in Latino cultures to get voters excited and aware about Election Day. A grand jury is investigating agreements between Massachusetts cities and towns and marijuana companies. According to a report from the Boston Globe, federal prosecutors will be investigating contracts and payments between municipalities and the marijuana companies they host. Worcester, Leicester, and Uxbridge are among several communities to receive subpoenas. A city spokesperson says Worcester will fully comply with the investigation. Worcester has capped the number of host agreements at 15. Leicester Town Administrator David Genero says the government is looking for all communications, including emails, details, and drafts.
I've done an email search just using the name of the one facility we have in town, which doesn't cover all of the host community agreements that we have in town. And we came up with 2,800 emails. So this is going to be a bit of an undertaking to put all of it together.
Genero says the town has 8 community host agreements with marijuana establishments, all in different stages of development. Marijuana dispensary Cultivate opened last year. All the communities have until November 14th to respond to the subpoena. Calls to the Worcester Fire Department lead to the repair of a major gas leak in Kelley Square. The fire department responded to 3 calls for an overwhelming scent of gas. The department says they called Eversource after seeing elevated readings of gas. Eversource says there's no danger to the public. The utility says the leak most likely happened over time, and the old iron cast gas main is being replaced with a newer, durable plastic pipe. A change in management and new plans for an apartment complex in Millbury has some tenants upset. Some now have less than 6 months to decide whether they want to stay and pay more or move out. Our Valerie Bell has the story.
More than 20 units here at Cordes Mill Apartment Complex will be transformed from affordable housing to market rate housing, leaving those residents with no choice other than to move out.
We received a note underneath the door saying that we had told me to get out of here, or the rent would go under market value.
Ken has lived at Cordes Mills for many years. The note he got outlined tenants could either renew their unit at market rate or relocate.
We're on the medium income, and it impacts us that the rent's going to double.
David Delaney owns Sud City Laundromat nearby. He says a lot of tenants come here to do their laundry, and he's witnessed the burden the change is causing.
Most of them can't stop crying. I deal with it on a day-to-day basis. People just have no idea what to do.
A Maryland company known as Charger Ventures bought the complex. Both the building's former owner and the property manager declined to comment.
For you to come into our small town, invest $17 million and kick out 23 people in our community just so you can make luxury apartments, that's not appropriate at all.
Senator Michael Moore says he's looking into the situation, but so far hasn't found the company has done anything wrong.
From our initial review, it looks like the company the developer hasn't done anything inappropriate.
Senator Moore says he plans to meet with the tenants along with rental assistance services to see if they can figure out a solution.
Love the people to be able to find the housing that's going to make their quality of life the quality that they want.
But in the meantime, residents like Ken say they'll have to find a new home.
We're trying to find a place, but right now I got a sick wife, and I got a daughter-in-law on a cruise that's going in for surgery when she comes back for 5 kids, so I'm stuck for a while.
Those units will be converted to the market rate prices after the current leases expire. Reporting in Millbury, Valerie Bell, Worcester News Tonight.
Investment analysts say the state's ban on vaping products could drive higher sales on cigarettes and tobacco. Analysts at Moody's suspect the governor's ban could slow the decline on tobacco sales since fewer alternative products are available for smokers who want to quit. Managers at Bosky's Market in Worcester say they've heard customer complaints. They're seeing a small but noticeable increase in cigarette sales.
People cannot find a Juul or any other electronic products, so they're jumping onto cigarettes now. It's been really good on the cigarettes. If no Juul, then they go for cigarettes.
Governor Baker's ban is set to continue through late January. State officials confirmed 2 people in Massachusetts have died from vaping-related illnesses. The push against vaping has some lawmakers also considering ways to restrict flavored tobacco, and it could include menthol cigarettes. The issue has convenience store owners ready to close up shop tomorrow to rally on Beacon Hill. Abby Nisgoda explains.
Above the usual sounds at this busy convenience store in Dorchester.
We're going to be closed for the day.
You'll hear the owner busy explaining.
I know you are sad, but we're trying to fix this.
Why his doors won't be open on Wednesday.
This is what they're taking away.
Frank Marte's business is one of 1,000 across the state that organizers say will close for the day in protest. They're fighting proposed regulations at the state and city level that would take menthol cigarettes off convenience store shelves, what they say would drive them out of business.
It's going to affect a lot.
It's going to hurt.
It's going to hurt a lot.
But public health advocates say all tobacco use, not just vaping, is hurting young people. That's why state lawmakers are proposing a ban on all flavored tobacco, including menthol, and the city of Boston is considering restricting sales to adult-only tobacco shops.
I'm going to wait and see what people have to say on the menthol cigarettes.
Boston Mayor Marty Walsh holding off until a city hearing on the issue later this week, but he says finding a way to address the epidemic is a priority.
I can see the concern of the of the owners of the stores, but I don't know if closing today or closing this week is a good idea. I think what they ought to do is lobby.
Which one is going to hurt our business at least 30%.
Back in Dorchester, Marte hopes he can convince not just his customers, but state and local leaders to reconsider.
It's going to hurt the entire city. It's going to hurt the entire state.
The store owners planned a rally on Beacon Hill on the steps of the State House at 11 a.m. on Wednesday. They also plan to pack a public hearing in Boston on Thursday. In Dorchester, I'm Abby Nesgo to Worcester News Tonight.
The Worcester Cultural Coalition is hoping to bring a new concert series to Crompton Park next summer. Worcester is one of 25 finalists for the Levitt AMP grant. It would provide $25,000 in funding for the concerts. Worcester must finish in the top 15 in an online vote to receive the grant. The city wants to hold more events at Crompton Park as part of an effort to take advantage of recent improvements in the area.
The Canal District is booming, there's a new ballpark going around there, but the park itself is getting new basketball courts, there talks about a new skate park being in that area, and so the infrastructure is getting a big change, but we didn't have a lot of programming happening there.
Residents can vote online at levittamp.org/vote through November 20th. The winning communities will be announced in December.